We will explore further restrictions, but we hope today's actions, our collective coming together, our resolve to, keep our protective behaviors up will help us stem the tide and bring these surging numbers down.
Dr. Mark Galley there. So this week it's back in the purple and now a statewide curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., at least for a month at this point for all those counties in the purple. That means us. This is all on the heels of the governor's dinner party at the French Laundry. Caused a big uprising among Californians. Our panel ready to weigh in. Let's take roll call. Executive editor of the San Joaquin Valley Sun, former media strategist for Mayor-elect Jerry Dyer, and former campaign manager for then Congressman David Valadao, Alex Tavlian is here. Also, Democratic strategist and former regional director for Senator Kamala Harris, Matt Rogers. Gentlemen, welcome. How are you guys?
Doing well. Thank you, Alex.
All right, so here we go. Let's start with the statewide curfew. Alex, I'll start with you because obviously there are a lot of Republican lawmakers. We heard from State Senator Melissa Melendez. She is not happy about this, asking the governor to resign. Is this the last straw when it comes for Californians and Governor Newsom?
It's certainly on a downward spiral. This week has not been good for Governor Newsom. It's truly kind of unfurling some of the deep chasms that have kind of emerged in the coronavirus era. I think Governor Newsom took a lot of license at the beginning of this crisis. Now people are very upset he's not even following his own rules, going to a $325 a plate birthday dinner at the French Laundry, a 3-Michelin-star restaurant in Napa. You've got state legislators, both Democrat and Republican, going to Maui on a lobbyist-funded junket. A lot of people upset with the hypocrisy in Sacramento. And really, people have not been this upset in Sacramento, I would argue, since probably around 2003 when we had rolling blackouts. And the reason why is it's affecting their day-to-day lives. And so, whether the enforceability issue, we'll probably get to in a little bit, I think a lot of people are really upset with Governor Newsom, and they probably have a good reason to be at this point.
You know, Matt, I'll come to you on this. A lot of people believe the statewide curfew really isn't going to help curb the pandemic. It's from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. I would suspect most people are in their homes, especially if restaurants and bars are already closed down. Does it serve a purpose? Do you think it will help?
I think it does serve a purpose. And, one thing we have to realize here is this is not about you or I or how we conduct our own lives. It's about what we do for the public good. And if the governor has given a referendum that we should have a curfew, then if that's for the well-being of our families and our neighbors and our friends and residents, then we should follow that. I don't know who goes out between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m., but if it's for your job, fine. If it's not, whatever else reason you may have, but we have to do our very best to eradicate this situation because we are now the epicenter of this coronavirus right here in California.
All right, guys, let's start with that French Laundry incident as well. We should move on to it is what I should say. This has been something that has really bothered a lot of people, rightfully so. Alex, I'll come to you. He did apologize, the governor, for going to this. Is the apology accepted, you think? Could it lead to a recall?
So I don't think Californians are accepting the apology. Now, a recall is a different story. I don't think a recall, given past record, past performance of the current recall campaign against Governor Newsom, I don't think it's going to be successful. But I will say Californians are very upset at his willingness to just violate every rule in the book, not wearing a mask, assembling with people more than 3 households in a single room, indoors. He's dining indoors in Napa, not outdoors, as he tried to claim. Mm-hmm. So people are just really upset with the hypocrisy that he's bringing forward when it comes to this particular dinner, and empty apologies. And, as I wrote in a column, he's speaking in Newsomese. He's not really issuing a blanket, I messed up, I'm sorry. But more importantly, when it comes to all of this, is that he's trying to moralize. He's trying to appeal to our moral sensibilities while not following his own rules. Mm-hmm. And I think that right there is the biggest problem.
And Matt, will come to you. As he did apologize, we saw pictures, no social distancing, no face mask, and a couple of top officials from the CMA. Not a good look, huh?
Well, the governor was very straightforward from the very beginning about the fact that he said this was a mistake. And he came forward and said that.
Well, let's be clear. He only said the apology after the article came out in the Bay Area.
Right. But he said it was a mistake. Mm-hmm. And so I've seen two pictures. One has the governor with his first partner, and they neither have masks on, but there's people in the crowd, which is not good. But I've also seen the other picture, which is the governor having dinner at a table with 6 to 8 people with his mask off. But, you know, I've been somebody who's tried to follow the mask order to the T, and I don't know how you could eat through a mask, but he clearly could not have done that at that point. But he did come out and acknowledge his mistake. And you know, when you consider 18,000 people have died, over 18,000 people have died in California, and we have over 1 million cases of coronavirus that has been reported. If this is really a big thing in that picture, I just don't think so.
All right, Matt and Alex, hang on. We got a lot more to talk about, including that little trip to Hawaii by one state senator, Andreas Borges, and other state lawmakers. Hold on. We'll be coming back to you guys. But coming up next, Fresno County Supervisor Nathan Magsig, he lets us know just how many doses of a COVID vaccine could be headed our way.